the sound that we are talking of does not remain a sound, because we are used to a physical sound which requires air, which requires the atmosphere that we have here. In vacuum, you can't even hear the sound, even in the physical world. So that sound that comes appears like sound to start with. It changes as we gradually move closer to it and have new experiences inside. Eventually, it just becomes a power. And the power which has a resonance in the early stages looks like a vibration, looks like a frequency of something moving. But then it becomes totally a creative power. Ultimately, it becomes your own self. So this is an easy, best way to travel on the spiritual path to your own true identity, true self. Now we come across the second part of it. Is there a second form of this sound which is more accessible to us? Can we see the sound with our eyes? Yes, we can. The sound is manifested in a human form, in the form of a perfect living master. The perfect living master looks like a human being and a visual thing, and we can talk and make friendship and get guidance from a person. But later on, when we put our attention inside and discover that reflection that we saw human being outside was actually a reflection of our own sound, that the sound has become personified as a human being. It is mentioned that it is the Word made flesh. It is the manifestation of the sound as a perfect living master outside. Imagine if this world is merely illusion, maya, mithya, unreal. The master must also be unreal if he's just outside in this experience of the maya. How can reality exist outside in one little part and the rest is all illusion? The master is part of illusion that you see outside, because reality of the master is inside. And the closer you go to the reality of the master, why he is being seen outside, the more you discover the master is nothing more than the manifestation outside of the same sound. So it helps us to see the same sound, same power in a human form, and when you go within with your attention inside, you see that was just a reflection of the real form of the master, which was itself the same sound and the same word. It's not only one leap into going from an external form of a physical human being as a master and seeing that inside. It's also step by step. First you see the same master inside in a human form. Little more radiant, little more visible, more lighted up, like everything else is lighted up when you see in the astral plane. You see the same form of the master. You say, there's a master outside, there's a master inside. One step. Then you discover the master is a friend of yours inside, companion. Then you find master is the same as the sound. Then you find at the end, you and the master are the same. What a great thing that our self, our totality of our own self, has generated an experience for great adventure in so many levels of consciousness, and then made an arrangement to go back to true home whenever we like, through the same sound, which is continuous, unbroken, and has an expression outside that we can see in the form of a living human being.